That your operating system starts at the very, very basic level with beliefs and values. What are your beliefs and what are your values? Your beliefs and values are the kind of non-negotiable conditions that make you you. That is what determines the way you behave, the way you react, the way you respond to life and to other people's. These beliefs consist of values and principles, deeply held beliefs about what matters most, about what are your guiding priorities. What are the guiding priorities of your behavior? That's at the level of the fundamental beliefs and principles. When you see somebody act, you will be able to infer what the guiding principles of the action is. They may do the random thing once in a while to distract you, but after some time, you will come to the conclusion that Yoruba say, "Efiniwa." The person's character will come through because the fundamental beliefs are there. Then the next is purpose, the why of your existence. What do you believe is the reason why you exist? Is part of these basic fundamental beliefs and values. What is your vision? What are you seeking to achieve? What are you struggling to become? How do you identify yourself? What will people say you are and you will reject? How do you see yourself to the extent that if they say, this is what Tunde Adegbola, I say, no, that's not me. Maybe I did something wrong and you thought, no, that's not me. So how do you identify yourself? What is your mindset? Your mindset is the mental, can I say, lens through which light passes and determines how the light will behave. Where will this, in those days we have this torch, battery torch, that when you screw the top, the light can go far, it can go wide. Yeah. So because there's a lens somewhere, and it decides how the light behaves. So in the same way, that your mindset is what determines how you see things. What do you view as success? What do you believe is failure? How do you rate what other people do? How do you rate what you do? How do you evaluate yourself? I follow a lot a certain psychologist by the name of Jordan Peterson. And he says, do not compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. That is the only way you can continue to make progress. Just ensure that you are at least one step ahead of where you were yesterday. And that way, you can be sure that by the end of 2026, you'll be 365 steps ahead of where you were before. If you make just one step a day, and besides you can make many steps in one day, just ensure that you are better today than what you are yesterday. Also, part of your operating system are your cognition and your emotional tools. How do you think? How do you process information that you have to get information that you don't have? How do you process to make inferences from what you know of what you do not yet No. How do you behave emotionally? Emotional behavior is behavior that is validly not logical. There are behaviors that you put up that are based on logic. There are certain behaviors that you put up that are not necessarily based on logic, but they are valid because you are not an automaton. You are not a robot. You have the capacity to like some things and not like certain things. If this sounds rather yeah-ish, please forgive me. It has been argued that there is no rational reason why human beings should not eat worms. See, they are very proteinous, very healthy. They help your digestive process, but somehow, count me out. When we were young, we did not eat spaghetti because they look like worms. So when people are like spag, I just look at the spag. Okay. Oh, okay. So, being humans, we are not 100% rational beings, and we were not designed to be rational beings. Love is not irrational behavior. It is a behavior that God has imbued us with to make us do the right thing even when logic suggests that we shouldn't do it. So these are elements of emotional behavior that also add to your makeup. They determine who you are. And it is part of your operating system. What is your decision framework? What are the emotional guides, emotional regulations? And how much emotional resilience do you have? To what extent are you able to put up with what you do not like? Because if you have 10 people in one place, you can't guarantee that they will all like the same thing. No?